This diagram illustrates the foundational concept of modern quantum mechanics, the double slit experiment. When unobserved, photons behave like a spreading wave of pure, undefined potential. But the exact moment a measurement tool, an observer, is introduced, that probability wave is forced to collapse into a single particle with a defined location. We see the effect cascade outward as we zoom out on the grid. Physicists call this the observer effect. The act of observation literally forces chaotic probability to lock into place as solid matter. Because consciousness is the active variable that triggers this collapse at the subatomic level, our own awareness functions as a continuous measurement tool. What we attend to and how we observe it directs the flow of energy in the field around us. In this model, the human observer is the mechanism that collapses infinite, formless potential into a lived physical experience. If our observation dictates reality, we have to ask why so many people suffer. Why do we consistently experience stress, lack, and conflict if we are the ones choosing the outcome? The answer lies in the biology of our subconscious. Inherited ancestral trauma and deep epigenetic programming run on autopilot in the background of our minds. These survival mechanisms cause us to emit a chaotic signal. We might consciously ask for abundance, but our cells broadcast a frequency of fear and scarcity. The quantum field simply mirrors that fractured signal back to us. To fix this signal, author Pete Kossaboon proposes a framework called neuromysticism. By merging human biology with 4 specific ancient frequencies, personified throughout history as the archangels, we can consciously re-engineer our neural architecture and direct our reality. The first step begins in the mind, aligning with the frequency known as Archangel Uriel. Uriel represents mental illumination. In our normal state, human thoughts scatter in every direction, behaving like a weak flashlight lost in heavy fog, illuminating everything slightly but altering nothing. We can see the difference when we look at the physics of light. On the left, ordinary scattered light diffuses its energy. On the right, a laser works through coherence. All the light waves travel in the same direction, at the exact same frequency. Directed human consciousness operates with that same surgical precision, and we see this mirrored in neurobiology. Sustained, coherent focus physically alters the brain through neuroplasticity. When you hold a single, clear intention, the electrical activity of your neurons carves deep grooves into your physical neural pathways, prioritizing that exact frequency over the background noise. The targeting mechanism for this mental laser is bliss. You have to locate the soul deep desire that creates physical expansion in your chest and direct your full attention toward it. This alignment turns the brain from a passive sponge, soaking up environmental stress, into an active architectural tool that etches new instructions directly into the quantum matrix. Mental focus alone lacks the magnetism to pull that outcome into reality. It requires physical feeling. This is the second step, aligning with Archangel Gabriel, the frequency of emotional resonance. Researchers at the HeartMath Institute mapped this exact process. As this model shows, the human heart contains its own complex neural network and generates a massive electromagnetic field, radiating feet beyond the physical body. When you experience genuine joy, your body releases a specific cocktail of dopamine and oxytocin. This biochemical shift brings the heart's electromagnetic field into a smooth, harmonious pattern. Joy is the optimal frequency that signals to your nervous system that you are safe and aligned. By pairing the laser focus of the mind with the biological frequency of joy, your heart becomes a biomagnetic tuning fork, actively pulling matching realities out of the quantum field. While vision creates the blueprint, the frequency of Archangel Michael requires that energy to be grounded through physical motion. This movement occurs most effectively in a flow state. Flow is the optimal biological condition for taking inspired action without the interference of ego or fear. Here is what flow looks like chemically. The nervous system releases a highly specific cocktail. Norepinephrine sharpens focus, dopamine provides reward, and anandamide, known as the bliss molecule, floods the brain to enhance pattern recognition. This biochemical shift allows the brain to process massive amounts of latent information simultaneously. What was once chaotic becomes a structured crystalline insight, a sudden intuitive leap that reveals the exact next step in the creative process. Physical action taken within this neurobiological flow state acts as a grounding rod. It forces the unseen potential you've structured in your mind into dense physical matter. The final step is often the hardest. Once the action is taken, you must immediately let go of the outcome. This aligns with the frequency of Archangel Raphael, profound rest. This creates the detachment paradox. Desperately clinging to your desire broadcasts a signal that you do not have it yet. That frequency of lack actively repels the manifestation you just spent 3 steps building. Releasing control relies on the biology of trust. When you surrender your grip on the timeline, you activate the parasympathetic nervous system. Cortisol levels drop, the vagus nerve engages, your body enters a highly receptive healing state. Entering this biological state of profound rest provides the exact interference-free environment the quantum field needs to deliver the physical outcome. These 4 archangels are not external deities waiting for your prayers. They are representations of internal biological and quantum circuitry waiting for your activation. When you synthesize these 4 steps, the mental focus of Uriel in the mind, the biomagnetism of Gabriel in the heart, the flow state action of Michael in the gut, and the deep trust of Raphael anchoring you to the earth, you construct an internal matrix. Casabun calls this the quantum cathedral. Achieving this biological coherence puts you in a state of clean desire. You want things purely because they match your internal resonance, completely detached from desperation or historical trauma. The external result of this internal coherence is undeniable. The outside world mirrors your frequency, delivering exact synchronicities, symbols, and structural winks from the environment. Conscious manifestation is the practice of tuning your internal biological machinery until your frequency matches your intention. When the brain, heart, and body act as a single coherent transmitter, the surrounding field of probability responds to that dominant signal.
Thank you for watching. If something in this resonated with you, then you're already closer than you think. If you're ready to go deeper, there's a link below to my book, Manifestation with the Angels, Quantum Alchemy, and Divine Guidance for Creating Your Reality. This isn't theory, it's a framework you can actually use. Tap the link below and step into it.